Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sabrina, the model, and welcome to my show, Glitterati Talks. Today, I have a very special guest with me. It is truly an honor. King, allow me to introduce you. This is King Guapo. So, King, tell the audience a little bit more about who you are and your role in this Glitterati world.
Ooh, Glitterati. Well, first and foremost, thank you, Dr. Sabrina, for having me. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in a country called Botswana. I'm originally from Ghana, so we moved to Ghana, then we moved to the United States. I'm very well versed in learning people and studying cultures and making people, using my words to make people feel good about themselves. I started off on Instagram as a dancer, trying to dance so celebrities would
Wow.
repost my videos, and then that transitioned into music videos, and then it transitioned into comedy videos, and from comedy videos, MCing, TV shows. And also I'm a data and well, not a data and a business intelligence analyst
Oh, wow.
by day. And also I'm an entrepreneur. Like I said, I MC events, and I also have my own beard care brand where I help men look good, feel good, and be guapo. So that's a little bit about me.
I
And I know
see.
there's a lot more, so I just kept it
Yeah.
short for you.
Wow. Well, it seems like you've been busy since 1993.
Oh, yes. Still busy.
Yeah. How old were you when you came to the United
I
States?
was 15 years old. Yes,
15.
15
Wow.
years old, and I've spent the rest of my life here in the United States.
Yeah. Was it difficult to transition from from your, the other country to here as a teenager?
You see, one thing about me, like, I'm very good at adapting. So I've moved from Botswana to Ghana. Well, first I was born in a foreign country, so adapting to that, the norms, the culture, I'm used to that. And then moving to Ghana, even though I'm from Ghana, like, it was another culture shock. But moving to the United States of America,
Yeah.
that one was a whole different ball game. Like, I'll
Yes.
never forget the first time when I went to McDonald's and I ordered at McDonald's. That's when I realized I'm in the United States of America.
That's
You
when you were
know?
inaugurated. You were
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Because like, when I went there the first time, I was very hungry, skinny. I looked very dilapidated. And when I went to the counter, I looked at the waitress and I said, um, may I please have a cheese hamburger and
Mhm.
some chips?
Mhm.
As soon as I said chips, the whole room went silent. It's like
Oh,
you could hear a pin drop.
and I know why.
Exactly.
Because because chips are French fries in the United States, but in
Exactly.
foreign countries, French fries are known as chips.
Yes. And
Chips.
then when that happened, it made me realize, oh, not everyone uses the same English,
Yeah.
which is what I also use in my content today. So, yeah, I had to adjust with the culture shock, the name calling, the being made fun of, all of that. But those are the things that I can look back and use them as my life story to bring people together. And also, it has made me the man who I've become today.
Oh, okay. I am so, so proud of you. And I've seen you evolve over the last 3 years.
Yes.
I first ran into you when you were an MC at the fashion show. And I tell you, I was so inspired by you. That
Thank
was
you.
really those were my first days out into the fashion world because obviously I was busy doing my
Oh,
other
yeah.
things and, studying and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you were the MC and you
Yes.
made that show extremely exciting.
You're
It
going
was
to
all
make me
because of
cry.
you. And I stood there in the corner. Everybody looked new to me, but I really felt like, okay, I found my people. That's
Yes.
how amazing it felt. And you did such a fantastic job just bringing everyone together. But I do think the cultural aspect is very important,
Very important.
particularly when you're an MC and you're
Mm-hmm.
dealing with a lot of different cultures. You have to know little
Oh,
pieces of
yeah.
everyone.
Yes, that's true. And if you notice, I think it was day 3 of Dallas Fashion Week. Like, I tried to make everybody from all the different cultures feel seen and heard. I'd ask people like, hey, where are you from? How do you say this in this language? How do you do this in this language?
Yeah.
And I have everyone in the audience repeat that because, culture, people just think, oh, we're in the United States, do as United States is a melting pot of many different cultures. So I think it would behoove us not to celebrate those cultures. So I want people to embrace culture so that they can put themselves in another person's shoes and just realize that life is not all about you. The more we go together, the farther we go. That's just my purpose as an MC.
Yes, yes. And recently you were at the MC at the Afro Fest, and
Mhm.
that was another thing where I wanted to feel immersed in the culture, and you did a fantastic job there
It looked
too.
like you felt more than immersed. It looked like you were actually from,
I was from
the way
Africa.
you were dancing. I was like, oh, doc, oh, okay, oh,
Yeah,
I
my
see.
other side.
Yeah, the African in you, it came out.
Yeah, yeah. The culture is beautiful. So, and I know that on your social media page, you do have that quote that bringing
Yes,
cultures together.
yes,
Yeah.
always, always.
So was there ever a time in your life where you felt like you couldn't go on, where you felt like you were stuck and you just felt almost like you didn't have direction?
Oh, yes, yes, several times.
Right.
But for me, the one that sticks out like a diamond shining bright at night was in 2019. I just graduated from college and it was a long, arduous journey. And on top of that, I was trying to scale me and my best friend, the Spicy Suya Boys, the videos that we're making at that time. We were growing, but we were seeing a drop off. There wasn't any traction. We were losing followers. On top of that, I just graduated college. I'm just now trying to get my footing around. I'm looking for jobs, so I can fend for myself and everything. It was just chaotic. And I wasn't showing up on the social media side. My best friend, he felt that, I wasn't pulling my weight, but I was just trying to navigate these treacherous waters called life. So I did quit. I told him, like, hey, man, I'm done with this. Like, when I'm ready, I'll switch into a different career. But right now, I just graduated. There's pressure from my parents, family. Let me just focus on me. But thank God he never gave up on me and he kept the door open. And
Mhm.
I kid you not, it was only like 4 days. I quit for 4 days and he was like, you know what? I don't care what you say. You're not quitting. And
Aw.
ever since then, you've seen the trajectory of how we have gone and how we have reached so many people and inspired people. So that was one time which I quit, but I was able to use my pain and turn it into purpose. And now I'm here in my passion, doing what I love and loving what I do.
Oh, that's amazing. I gotta write that down. So you turned your pain into purpose.
Yes,
Wow. And that took a lot of inner work, huh?
a lot.
To work on yourself. So, King, tell me what inspired you to pursue this career in show business.
Oh, yeah. With the show business, when I was growing up in Botswana, when I was in the sixth grade, there was this debate competition. And in the debate competition, our topic was who's smarter, man or computer? Everybody said, oh, the man is smarter, but I was the only one who said a computer was smarter. So as soon as I said that, the whole audience went like, so then in the duration of the competition, from my school, I was the only one that placed and won a trophy. I came third place. So then that's when the light bulb switched. And I told myself, like, this is what I want to do. Like, I don't care what it is. I just want to be on stage. I want to be in front of people. I want to be speaking. That's when I knew, like, I just wanted to be doing something in public speaking. Fast forward when I moved to the United States, I met my best friend at high school. We weren't really talking, but then we went to the same college, Richland Community College, and we would hang out, we would go to parties, and like people would see the energy. We were always in sync, like, oh my gosh, I like you guys. And then from there, it transitioned to dancing at colleges, music videos. And then from there, it went to the comedy. And then from the comedy, there were opportunities to make money. And emceeing and hosting events was one of the things. And that was like around 2018. So public speaking, as well as the trajectory from being a social media influencer and the opportunities that came with people saying, hey, I want you to host this, host my wedding, host this. That's how I got started in this career in show business, and how every single year has just been multiplying. I'm like, this Dallas Fashion Week. that came from years of me just posting videos online and, doing emceeing weddings, emceeing birthday parties. So that's how it honestly started.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's very inspirational. So, how did you overcome the fear of the camera? Because a lot of people who want to be in show business, they just feel like they have this fear of and anxiety about being on camera. Did you
Yes.
have anything like
No, I didn't.
that?
No, I
You
didn't.
wanted to be seen and
Yeah,
heard and
like I said, I knew that like whatever I wanted to do, I just wanted to be on stage and I wanted everyone to watch me. Like I live for those moments. So being in front of the camera, it was nothing to be anxious about or nervous about because that was my stage, and from several years of recording, watching myself, editing myself, you know, practicing, doing multiple takes, like it was just a natural progression. So I wouldn't say there was any fear. It was more like I was born to do
that you were
this.
born to
Yeah,
this. Wow, yes. And that's why you said people are smarter than the computers, or
exactly.
computers are
Well, I said computers
so
are smarter
smarter
than
than the
men,
people,
but
but okay.
men are also smart than
But
computers
men
because
make
we
computers,
exactly, yeah,
right? Like men and women make computers to make
yes,
them smart.
mm-hmm,
So,
exactly,
but then I guess we help each
yeah.
other in this day and age,
I mean, look
right?
at
With
AI.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love AI. How do you
Oh
feel
yeah.
about AI?
I actually feel like it's a really great opportunity for humankind. Yes, people are like, oh, it's taking over jobs, but people don't realize they need people to create and
Yes.
code and also manage those systems because even though AI tries to mimic human output, it can never replace a human being.
Yeah.
So I honestly feel like it's a really great opportunity for us to do some really mind-blowing things for humanity. We just need to get ahead of the learning curve and learn AI.
Yes, that's a very, very good point. I think that we have to put fears aside, and
Yes.
I started to hear a lot of that in the beginning of this year.
Hmm.
But now that AI has been easier to get, people are realizing they can travel to countries
Hmm.
and are more successful. They can get answers to
Yes,
questions that are so hard to navigate.
that's
So
true.
I think as long as people are able to discern appropriate information from
Oh yeah,
inappropriate,
that's
then,
very important.
but it's also been helpful somewhat in the mental health world too, for
Oh
some
yeah,
basic
yes.
things. But it doesn't replace the human
That's
connection.
true. That's
That's
true. It can
that's
never.
one thing that that's why we're here on this planet, is to connect,
Yes.
and therefore that is also part of what you do. You connect
Yes.
people. Were you ever able to reunite people through your career, like people that were from, let's say, one region,
Hmm.
either of Ghana or Nigeria? I know that's a constant thing on your Instagram. Is
Yes.
like, I know you joke around a lot about it, but I'm sure a lot of people come together
Hmm.
too, right?
Yeah, so there's this interesting story in 2021 or 2020. My friend and I went on Instagram Live. We were just, casually bantering with our friends. And one of the content that we used to do was the pickup lines challenge, like, hey, are you from Tennessee? You're the only 10 I see. We're doing it live. And then there was this one couple, the wife was from United States of America and the husband was from an African country in Southern Africa called Angola. So they came on the live. He was telling me how he's been using the pickup lines on his wife and she loves them. And then he brought his wife. His wife was talking about how she's a singer, and then one of the people that had joined our live, she was a contestant. Her name was Areli Moon. She was a contestant on one of these singing shows. I think it was American Idol, one of these seasons. She came on, so we connected the couple with her because the singer lived in Orlando, and the couple just by coincidence they just said that, oh, we're looking for somewhere for our honeymoon, and the husband was a Portuguese speaker, the lady was a Portuguese speaker. So lo and behold, a couple weeks later, they sent us a picture of them meeting up together in Orlando. So
Wow.
that's just a testament of how through comedy and through bridging the gap and connecting the diaspora and different cultures, we were actually able to do it in real life, not just, hey, we talk about it, but we do it. And that's just a testament to not just our character, but us fulfilling our purpose here on life, because everybody here, we have gifts, we have a purpose, but it's your character, and our character of really wanting to bring people together is what made it happen.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's heartwarming. It
Yeah.
really is. And it happens so naturally because naturally, as humans, we long for connection,
That's true.
you
That's
know.
true. Yeah.
And that's why I love what you're doing, because you do it through humor, but behind that humor, there's always meaning.
That's
And I
true.
look for that meaning too.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So, how do you handle all the pressure in your career? I mean, I'm sure there's people sending you messages all the time and you're busy all the time. And I'm so glad you were able to make time for this. But,
Yeah.
but how do you handle all that pressure?
That's a great question, because there's something that I have also grappled with like all throughout the years, but with great time comes responsibility and maturity. So with the pressure, I think first you have to define what the problem is, because some people, when they get in this space, they're looking at the comments, they're analyzing and over analyzing the negative comments, and then now they get depressed. Now they're looking at the numbers, they're comparing themselves with other creators. Oh, why is he at this? My videos are more funnier, my videos are this, why not me? So I believe in order to handle the pressure, number one, you always have to remember your why. I think that's the first question that answers, what the problem is, because many people, they lose sight of their why when they're looking at the numbers, when they're looking at the views, the followers, the likes, the comments. And for me, one thing is that I look to build relationships rather than, okay, let me go after these people with the negative comments. Oh, yeah, let me,
Yeah.
because that takes a lot of energy and time away from doing things that will help me be grounded, like spending time with friends, spending time with family. So avoiding those negative comments and the negative criticism, so I can realize that I'm a human being at the end of the day. And even in public settings, like obviously through what I've been doing, it comes with a lot of perks.
Mm.
There are many clubs where I don't go to the clubs like I used to, but back when I was younger, like there was no club or bar where I had to pay to get in. And usually if the bartender notices me or my friend, is like, oh, you get,
Yeah.
the tab is open, drinks on
Yeah.
us, so, and sometimes with that it comes jealousy. Sometimes when you're elevating, there's the jealousy, the hate from friends thinking that, oh, I'm entitled to be where you guys are because I know you. And that's when you just have to realize that at the end of the day, like, they're human beings too. You can't bring everybody on this journey called life, but you have to accept people for who they are. You have to be humble and genuine enough to know that all of this that's given unto us, it's a gift from God, like, and if we steward it correctly, we'll continue multiplying all the good things that are being brought into us. But if we squander it, if we're womanizing, if we're using this to display false characters, where we're telling people one thing but behind the scenes we're doing a whole different thing, then we lose this gift and this opportunity that we have. So just realizing what your why is, realizing that you're a human being before everybody, before celebrity or the numbers or followers or fame, and also realizing that this is a gift from God. So you have to cherish it so that you don't squander it, because it's easy to keep what you have and maintain it rather than just squander it and then try to start all over again. So those are the ways that I keep myself humble, because there's a season for everything. One day you're up, tomorrow you're down. So that's what keeps me humble, to be quite honest with you.
King, what do you do when you are feeling sad and down and depressed? Are there any like meditation practices? Are there any things that you do physically or prayer or family? Like, how do you get yourself out of that?
Yeah, honestly, there are multiple things that I do. First, I pray. You know, Sometimes when I pray, like, I hear God's voice and then I see a sign, And then I'm like, damn, I was really mad over this. I was really sad over this.
Mhm.
You know, there are many instances where I prayed and then an opportunity lands in my email for an MC booking. So prayer is definitely something that I do to help me stay grounded, you know. Another thing that I do is I like to work out, you know. When I work out, like it's me actually turning my pain into power. Like every rep is me like releasing the anger, you know. So working out for sure. I also like to, you know, watch my favorite TV shows or just for me, like,
Mhm.
and this is something I need to work on. I love food, you know.
Oh, okay.
So just
Yeah.
sometimes when I eat like something, like, you know, if I drink boba and I'm feeling down, my
Yeah.
mood is just
That happens for a lot of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, just trying to balance things out because you know, emotional eating, like that's
Yeah.
something that when I was younger I used to struggle with, but now, you know, I don't struggle with it. So drinking boba helps me stay calm.
Okay.
And then
I'll have to try that.
you should
Okay.
try
Boba.
passion fruit tea
Okay.
with mango and strawberry popping boba and thank me later.
Okay. Okay. I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, and then another thing that I do is sleep. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes I realize that when I'm usually emotional, it's because I'm tired or I didn't have a good amount of sleep the day prior. So sleeping helps me to stay calm and, you know, especially when it's too many negative comments or they're talking about canceling us or canceling me, you know, I just go to sleep and the problem is rectified. So working out, praying, drinking boba, and sleeping is what keeps me grounded.
Oh my gosh, that all sounds really, really good. I mean, I can use boba and a nap right now.
Yeah. See?
So yeah, you're right. Like sleep there does help quite a bit. And
Yes.
sometimes I tell my clients that too. I tell them you might be overly fatigued. There's
Mm-hmm.
brain drain. You've been on the computer too long. You're tired. You haven't been sleeping well. Take some time out, rest to replenish yourself.
That's true.
And the chemistry of our brain too, our cells replenish, and
Mm.
the anxiety center calms down when we're sleeping. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
so
I learned something
yeah,
new.
a healthy you sleep, and also like napping should be short and scheduled.
Yes,
Like
that's
you
true.
can't nap for 8 hours, right? Then you won't sleep at night, and then it's all messed up.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you're right, listening to your body. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So the emotional eating part, like, did was that a big problem? Were you gaining a lot of weight from that?
Yes.
So was it like you felt anxiety, and then food was your antidote?
Yeah, it was anxiety and also apathy, you know, like, oh, I'm bored. Let me go order some pizza, but I'm not really hungry. Oh, you know, I feel sad. Let me go find something really sweet to eat and eat copious amounts of it. And then after that, it's like, okay, now I have a sugar crash, so let me sleep. So now the calories are now going to be stored as fat rather than doing something productive like working out to utilize that energy. So, yes, it was more of a combination of anxiety and apathy.
I see, I see. So you've noticed that at some point and decided to take control and started to go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
work out, your
Yes.
body, and drink boba. Well, at least you have the boba, right?
Yes. Can't live without it.
Awesome. So, King, if you were to describe your life in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Never give up. You know, growing up, like I told you, growing up in a foreign country, Botswana, moving back to my home country, Ghana, and then moving to the United States and getting acclimated here, I've been adapting, even though there were long periods of homesickness, you know, long periods of, am I making the right decision? But every single year in my life, I never give up. And when I don't give up, the opportunities and rewards are endless. So never giving up. When you don't give up, I pivot, you know, you pivot. From pivoting, I realized, okay, this is what's good for me in this season. I pivoted from dance to social media videos, pivoted from social media videos to MCing, you know, pivoting from graduating college, starting as a customer service rep, all the way to a business intelligence analyst. So never give up has led to a plethora of opportunities and rewards in my life. And those are the three words that I would use to describe me and my
That's
life.
beautiful. And that's what we really need these days. There's a lot of external pressures, and especially in the world that I work in too, people easily give up,
Yes.
and to the point where they don't even want to be alive anymore.
That's true.
But, it really helps that there are people out there like you who encourage people, just never give up, just keep going, that, after every trial, there's a tribulation,
Yes.
and, you just got to get yourself up and don't stay knocked down for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
That's true.
obviously relying on faith, family, friends, and it kind of helps a whole lot.
Yes, it does.
And I think that that's very important, because through the connections that you're creating, that people can find each other, people from similar communities. Like, I know when I see a lot of your posts, the replies from people from Ghana, there's a lot of those. So that's community coming together.
True.
And when you have two different countries sort of like rivaling each other in one of your posts, then the other side teams up. So
that's true.
So, and I poll, and I always poll for Ghana, just so you know.
Yes, you're from Ghana now. So
yeah.
We need to give you a Ghanaian name.
A Ghanaian name.
Yes,
okay, what would that Ghanaian name
So
be?
let's start like this. Do you know what day of the week you're born on?
I was born on a Wednesday.
So, Dr. Sabrina, your name, since you're born on Wednesday, Ekuya.
Ekuya?
Yes, that's your name. That means a girl born on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Ekuya. I like that.
Yes.
Almost like sounds like, equal and kind of Ekuya equal. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, you can call me Dr. Ekuya.
Yeah. Oh, tell that to the camera.
Thank you. So in Ghana, the day of the week that you're born is very meaningful?
Yes, it's very meaningful. That we do day names, and sometimes the day names, they also come with like characteristics, so that's why day names are very important. And not to say every single name is a day name, no, but that's the tradition that we adhere to.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
And I love that you still keep your culture alive too. Despite being an American now, you still always keep your culture alive. Yes. And that's inspiring.
There's an African saying that a tree does not know that it's a tree without knowing its roots, so your culture is your roots. Like, you can go somewhere, your culture, like somebody from your culture can recognize you even though you don't subscribe to the culture. Just like they say, you can take a man out of Africa, but you can never take the Africa out of a man. Roots are there to stay. Culture keeps you grounded. It gives you that sense of identity, those characteristics. Like, for example, someone will be like, oh, I'm from Ghana. Yes, I'm from Ghana. I know how to treat people well. I'm hospitable. Oh, I'm from Nigeria. Yes, I know how to succeed. So character is very important, and you cannot have character without culture, because they both go hand in hand, and you cannot forget your culture. It's very important.
I'm so glad that you've used the analogy of a tree, because as long as the roots are strong, the tree doesn't fall.
Exactly.
And, I love nature, and I meditate, I take walks all the time. But, when you're that connected to the environment, I look at trees, and every winter they lose everything.
That's true.
They lose their leaves, and they're empty, just out in the cold. But as long as their roots are strong, the leaves come back every spring.
That's true.
Yes. So you got to water the roots.
Always.
That was a beautiful analogy. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
So when it comes to happiness, what does happiness mean to you?
Oh, that's a great question. Because honestly, in this phase of my life, that's something that I had to look back, readjust, and answer that question to me. You know that feeling where everything around you could be chaotic, everything around you could feel like what could go wrong is going wrong. But then in the midst of that, you just look up, smile, and say, I'm good. To me, that's what happiness is. That feeling of knowing that no matter what happens, you will always be good. Yes, the car broke down. It's a setback, but you know that there's brighter days ahead. That's happiness to me. Yes, you didn't get that job promotion, or you didn't get that job that you interviewed and prayed really hard about, but there's always going to be another job. That's happiness to me. Oh, you lost somebody very important to your life, but you know that now they don't have to suffer anymore and they're in a better place. To me, that's happiness. The unending feeling of that there's always going to be good happening in spite of the chaos around. That's what happiness means to me.
That's beautiful, yes. And I'm sure everyone has their own version, but your version is based on gratitude, to be
Yes.
thankful, to always look at the bright side.
Mm-hmm.
And that also shows up, in a lot of your posts on your Instagram too, where you can take something dark and just make it light, you know? And that's more of what we need these days. And
Yes.
that's something AI can't do.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. King, what's coming up next for you?
Yes, so I do have a couple of weddings that I'll be emceeing. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to that. Also, November 15th, there's going to be a royal gathering of esteemed guests at the event called the African Think Tank Ubuntu Gala. It's a fundraising gala where we're going to raise funds for different causes, have auctions for different causes, while celebrating the rich, vibrant culture of the different African countries. We're going to have food galore, from North Africa, West Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa. We're going to have musical performances. We're also going to have the CEO of Essence Festival that's going to be there. I'm the regional director of this nonprofit organization. So anybody who's watching November 15th, please come out. Get your tickets at theafricanthinktank.com before they're gone, because we had our regular table admission sold out today. So if you're there, get your tickets. And also just on the personal side, just continue to work on my career, to upskill my career, with the AI ventures. And then I'm also doing like a rebrand on my page. So be on the lookout for that. And the most important announcement, because I have to save the best for the
Yes,
last.
yes.
November 12th, a young king is having his birthday. So celebrate me November 12th, that's what I have
Awesome.
coming up.
Awesome. I can't wait. And as far as your beard products, are those also,
Yes, they're still there. Right now we're currently going through a rebrand as well,
Okay, okay,
with the website.
okay.
But the products are there. If you want the products, you can contact me and I'll give that information later on.
Awesome. Well, you have a lot going on. So now, as far as if you were to meet your younger self, what are some things that you would tell your younger self about life?
First things first, just have patience. Every single thing that you want is on the other side of the process. Don't focus on the outcome. Don't focus on the results. You want to lose that weight? Just have patience and trust the process. You want to be wealthy? Just have patience and trust the process. Everything will happen once you put in the work. And don't be afraid to take challenges. Education is the key that unlocks all the doors that you never even think you put yourself in. Once you get the education, you get the power. Once you get the power, you get the money. So, in all things, King Guapo, just have patience. And that's the advice I'll give to
That's
my younger self.
amazing. That's amazing. So, this has been such an amazing interview.
I
I
know.
feel so honored and humbled that you were here and to share these vulnerable moments. I mean, it really touched my heart.
Thank you.
So, how can your fans get in touch with you?
Yes. So, in order to reach me, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, King underscore Guapo. That's going to be King with three G's at the end, underscore Guapo with three O's at the end. If you want to find me on Facebook, where I post a little bit more of motivational content that will give you wisdom, but also uplift and inspire you to become the ultimate version of yourself, Add me on Facebook at Edmund, EDMUND, a J Bar. A as in apple, D as in dog, J as in jump, E as in elephant, I as in ice cream, BAAH. You can also find me on threads at king_guapo. And if you are looking for any beard care products to help you look, feel, and be guapo, follow me on all platforms at Guapo Essentials. That's GUAPO Essentials. And check out our website when it's available at guapoessentials.com. And that's how they'll be able to find me.
Awesome. All right, folks. Well, you heard it from the king himself. Thank you so much for watching our show, Glitterati Talks, and stay tuned for the next episodes.
Glitterati.